Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. This is a little bit of a follow-up to yesterday's video. And yesterday I spoke about recovery is a gradual process. It's not overnight. And this kind of came up in some further thought and maybe even a little comment or two. And it's this. If I work harder at recovery, will I get better faster? I'll answer that in a minute. So relax your body. If you have symptoms right now, allow them, accept them. Fighting them doesn't do anything other than keep them around longer, because that just conveys danger. So, if I work harder at recovery, will I get better faster? Nope. No, as a matter of fact, it may end up taking you longer. And the primary reason is this. When you're working harder and harder and harder at it, it's because you've got your eyes set on, I need to be pain-free. And you're not focused on the day-to-day safety and what is productive today, because you're so focused on where you want to go and the fact that you're not there yet. And so you're extremely outcome dependent when you try to work harder at this. So people think, well, if I journal for 20 minutes a day, maybe if I do 40 minutes a day, I'll get better faster. Or if I meditate this long, or meditate twice as long, or breath work twice as long. Or if I say, consistent messages of safety, if I do twice as many, will I get better faster? The intent is where that is going to kind of foul you up a little bit. Because the desperate need to get better faster is conveying to the brain, I'm in trouble. I got to get away from where I am. I don't like this. It's not comfortable. I'm in a bad place. Get me out of here fast. And I'm going to work as hard as it takes. Now, for many of us in this mind-body space, we're type A. We're perfectionists. We're action takers. We are problem solvers. And we kind of attack this mind-body recovery with the same gusto and intensity. And generally, I don't see it happening faster. I just don't. Because you're not focused on the day-to-day tasks of sticking with the clarity that you know what's going on, that this applies to you, that you're capable of doing this, and that this is all temporary, they're all false alarms. Because if you are trying to work harder at this, you think it's a matter of doing. Getting better from a mind-body condition like perceived danger, pain, or symptoms, TMS, if you will, neuroplastic pain. It's not a matter of doing. It's a matter of the core truth. Am I broken in the first place? If the answer is no, how much time would you spend in the garage rebuilding the engine in a brand new car that works perfectly? You wouldn't. So the core belief is, I'm actually okay. I'm not broken. And what I find is that many of the people who struggle the most are the ones who struggle to accept the fact that they're not sick or broken. They will struggle the longest. And when I say struggle, the struggle is in the thinking and the emotions created by the thinking. The symptoms, yeah, that's part of the struggle. But the majority of the struggle is how we think and feel emotionally about symptoms. And worse yet, what we're predicting. Because if I'm not better yet, then what if this is the rest of my life? That's where the struggle comes in. The struggle is not in the symptom, because if you knew it was temporary, which it is, if you knew it was temporary, how much would you mentally and emotionally struggle? You'd be like, oh, well, it's temporary. All right. It'll go when it goes. I don't need to worry about it. Focus on it. Double down and work twice as hard. Right? So, again, a little bit of follow-up to yesterday, that this is a gradual process. Rushing it will actually slow down your recovery because you're focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on the outcome as opposed to the daily process and the mindset and the belief and the clarity and then reminding ourselves that I'm actually okay. Core belief, I'm not broken, right? So don't try to rush it. Allow it to run its course. Had a really neat conversation with somebody, by the way. In the next couple of days, probably, you're going to see a success story for somebody with dizziness, and that's great because the folks with dizziness seem to struggle a lot in saying that this TMS stuff applies to me. I don't have pain, I have dizziness, so maybe this stuff doesn't apply to me, or maybe there's a different approach. And what fleshed out as I was speaking to this young lady, Megan, is that all this stuff applies to dizziness too, and she was able to overcome it despite a pretty harrowing experience. So keep an eye out for that, especially if you've got dizziness. Everything that I teach on a daily basis applies to dizziness just as much as any other mind-body symptom. So, is trying to rush things and get it and work harder, is that going to get you better faster? I don't think so. It just takes your eyes off of the daily responsibility for clarity and being unbothered. Because if you're rushing and hurrying, you're fairly well bothered by where you are and you're trying to get over there. So, hope this makes sense. And slow down to finish faster. Remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? The tortoise won the race. Okay? Be the tortoise. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Love you folks. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.